Totally original holidays.
Hey, what the fuck is up, guys?
Welcome, my fans.
Welcome to Zombies. So this is episode 3. This time we are covering step 4, training and camping. This is obviously like the most important step, right? Well, maybe not most important, but it is definitely the most complicated and one of the most important. But
The one that takes the most trying.
yeah, it's gonna take a little time. So here's what we're doing. Like, you might notice the game is paused mid-game. I've been hard at work getting this game here set up.
And I've been hard at work watching them do it.
Yeah. So there's a couple things that I wanted to go over, and before we jump into training. The first thing that I want to go over is actually what is about to happen.
Oh, God.
Remember when I talked about AI?
Yeah.
And I said that I would cover AI in a little bit?
Yeah.
Because like we talked mostly about AI, but there were multiple types of AI.
Yeah.
There's the zombies, but then there's also the hounds, and there's also the boss zombies. So,
Zombies.
welcome to hounds. We're going to learn how the hounds work.
God.
This isn't going to be the most in-depth thing. I'm gonna try to make it in depth, but so this is a dog round. We're on round 8 right now. This is a dog round. What it's gonna do is the whole map is gonna tell you, number 1, there's gonna be there already was, but there is a different thing. Instead of usually it's and then you'll hear fetch me their souls, and then you'll hear as the dogs start to spawn in.
Fuck, how am I supposed to focus after all that terrifying bullshit?
Yeah. So that and the whole map in this game will turn green, like green fog. In other games you'll just see fog roll in. But in this one they're not hellhounds, they are plague hounds. So this is a dog round, meaning that it will only spawn in dogs. There will be no regular zombies. But here's the thing you have to understand about dog rounds. At the end of a dog round, do you know what you get?
No.
A max ammo. Every single time you have a dog round in every single Call of Duty. Or, if you want to broaden past the Black Ops games, a special infected round is what they're called. So in Infinite Warfare, in Zombies in Spaceland, that would be the clowns. In World War II.
Cats.
Nope. What is it in that game?
Bats.
Children. No.
Flying children.
I don't remember what it is in that game, but, it's the guys that run at you. The armless guys that run at you. The pests, or whatever they're called. Or,
What?
vermin. Or some shit. It's like a vermin round or something. I don't know. Point is that you'll always get a max ammo at the end of the round. So the thing that you have to understand about dogs is they're really weak, super weak, way weaker than regular zombies. They do less damage to you. They have less health, but it can spawn into up to 4 at one time. Okay, it's really easy to get overwhelmed by them because they're really fast. See how fast they are? They're keeping up with me, right? And they'll lunge, and they'll cover a lot of ground. Zombies can't do that, right? So that's what makes the plague hounds or the hellhounds or whatever more difficult. Or more like not just a piece of cake. They're still pretty easy, I'm not gonna lie. But
Thank you.
They definitely are not the same as regular zombies. It's not like they're as hard as regular zombies, but they're also no slouches either. So, plague hounds. What's the meaning of this plague hound? Why aren't they just called hellhounds? Well, that's because of the plague. So first thing you'll notice when I get hurt, by one of them, I get this green shit on my screen. That is definitely like just a visual thing. It's not like doing anything to you. It's not going to sap your health or anything, right? But when I kill one, they explode. This hurts me when I'm inside of it. That cloud. It also hurts and slows down zombies. So if you kill a plague hound, I'm going to try not to go down here. If you kill a plague hound, and then that, plume of gross shit, and then zombies run through it, you have the potential of doing a couple things on an early round. You could potentially kill a zombie that way, which may not be what you want, right? You may want that zombie to live, and it may accidentally die from that. But number two, it will slow all the zombies down that are running through it, so you can kind of use it to your advantage, right? So, really, the only other thing that you need to know about plague hounds is that these guys do not fuck around. You cannot really train them around very easily because their AI is too smart in the sense that they'll turn themselves. You see what he's doing? He's turning himself around. So he was even doing like a little backwards walk there. Yeah. So zombies don't do that. Zombies don't just fucking turn around like that on a dime, and you can lead them a lot easier than you can this plague hound. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to buy Jug for you.
Yummy.
So that only increased your health by 50. It only added 1 extra hit for you, okay? That's because you can upgrade it to give you 250, but we can't do that because we're offline. But what I want you to do is I want you to sort of run around with the dog a little bit, and and get used to the way he works. And make sure that you don't go down.
I haven't played a dang thing today, so my fingers are gonna be rustic. Like Reed Drummond's kitchen.
Yeah. So, you can kind of get a feel for, like, the distance that he can lunge. How much ground he covers when he does that.
Holy
See, it's a lot. And also, how fast he is on, like, let him chase behind you and don't sprint. And see what happens.
Is he gonna get me? Oh, feels like I'm asking to get butt munched.
Right? He's like right on your ass, right?
He's right on.
That's because the dog he keeps trying to lunge at you and keeps trying to attack you. And he may get in an attack or two. But he's not like a regular zombie, where a regular zombie, you're going to be keeping them at the same distance. His distance from you is shifting.
Right.
He's closer to you, further away. Closer to you, further away. That inconsistency, you can sprint now.
Yes.
That
I have
inconsistency,
regained
right?
my speed.
That inconsistency can fuck you really hard if you're not paying attention. And not just during a dog round, but during a normal round. Because guess what happens? Traditionally, dog rounds happen every 5 rounds. Sometimes the game is broken and it won't do a dog round when it's supposed to. It'll shift it forward or back around or something. But usually at round 15 or above, although this is definitely not the case because this game is kind of weird about it. Usually at round 15 or above,
I beat him.
it will spawn in. It'll spawn in dogs with zombies in regular zombie rounds. That's important because those dogs can really throw a wrench in the gears and really get you to get fucked when you're trying to train zombies around. So this is not only important for step 2, learning the AI, but it's also important for step 4, training. Because learning how to train with dogs mid-round is essential to not getting killed by the dog. So now, the other thing that we're going to do is take advantage of the last step, maximizing points. We have a knife, press triangle. We don't have any other weapon. So in order to practice training, we need to get a weapon. That weapon is going to be a shotgun, and it's going to be the Gallo. That shotgun is right behind you, on that plane. Keep going. Nope. keep going, yeah, that way. And then right there. So you can buy that. Alrighty. I'll explain a little bit about that later, but for right now, the most important thing is that we have Pack-a-Punch open. So now is a really good opportunity, actually, for us to go Pack-a-Punch our gun. Why? Because it's the last dog of a dog round. So he's pretty easy to avoid once you get the hang of it. And he doesn't do as much damage to you as a regular zombie does. So this is a good opportunity for us to get some stuff done. What we're needing to do right now is go Pack-a-Punch. So, really quickly, press the touchpad button down.
Idiot.
And I want to see, okay, 1700. Okay, that's good. So, press it again. And now, head down. Yep, down that way, into the cave.
Into the cave.
And then, take a left.
Go into the mine.
And now, take a left again. That's the only door that's open, this left door.
And they
Oh, by the way,
go to mine.
you want to see something real quick? Back up.
Yeah, baby.
And then go back. And, yeah. Now, this is a dead end, so watch yourself. But go down that way. This is, those windows. That's where those zombies were spawning that killed you. Not those windows.
Oh.
But the ones that were boarded up. These windows.
Ah.
And so remember, when you tried this the first time, in the first episode of this, you were like, how the fuck did the zombies can't spawn back there? Yeah, they can. Those are the spawns.
Fine.
And no, listen. And that's what we learned in episode 1.
Yes.
But in part 2, in what the fuck am I calling it? What was I calling it? Step 2. Was
Oh man, it's your DVD.
yeah, was learning the AI. So knowing that those are spawns is very important.
That's sick.
So yeah, so head back down.
Head back down there.
Yep.
Back down there.
And then take a right. Nope. There you go.
Take a right.
And then head up those stairs
Up the stairs.
and around this bend.
And around the bend.
And then down those stairs.
And down the stairs.
And then there's the Pack-a-Punch machine.
Right here?
Yep.
Right here?
Yep. So what you can do is you can just press square on it and then press X to Pack-a-Punch your gun. Or hold square, I guess. And now press X and now back out. So now you just Pack-a-Punch your gun.
Check this
Real
bitch.
easy. Real fast as well. Whereas in previous games, obviously you have to wait for that whole animation for the gun to go in and then come back out and yada yada. So one thing I do want to show, pause it real quick. One thing I do want to show, that, have you gotten kind of used to the dog?
Yeah, I think so.
One thing that I wanted to show, this is what I was trying to show you guys with the ledge sliding. So, as an example, the Pack-a-Punch is down there. Let's say I want to get down there and I want to Pack-a-Punch, right? There's this way to do it, right?
Nice.
Or there's this way to do it. Jump and then slide on the top of the ledge. Whoops, if the dog hadn't gotten in my way. You have to, like, get it just right where you land on the ledge.
Sounds hard as nuts. Whoa!
That. So that's a ledge slide. So that can be really important when you're trying to get to a place and you just want to, yeah, like, because look at how much slower it is when I run up here and then I mantle it and then I fall down and then it's like, you know, that I even got swiped while I was doing
Yeah,
that.
you did. It's really embarrassing.
Yeah. Whereas I can fucking slide my way around, and you can do that. Like I could do it right here.
Wow.
You know, like there's a lot of ways to do that. But anyways, so this is the end of the dog round. We have almost everything that we need. There's one more thing that I'm gonna give you, but I'm not gonna explain what it is, because that's not what we're working on right now. I just want to make sure that when we're learning how to train, there's definitely nothing standing in our way.
Except for a bunch of zombies.
Yeah. So we're gonna head up to what I think is one of the two easiest spots to train. This spot right here.
Alrighty.
And I'm gonna show you how to do this before I just give you the controller.
Good plan.
Because I want to show. This is gonna be something special. I'll tell you.
Okay.
So we kill the Plague Hound.
Oh.
And that spawns in the max ammo. Now, if I pick it up right now, it'll immediately start the next round. See, but because I didn't pick it up, it waited a little bit. That's in every single Call of Duty. For some reason, if you pick up the max ammo, it'll immediately start the next fucking round. Whereas if you don't pick it up, you get a little bit of a buffer where it doesn't quite start it yet. And then after a certain amount of time, it'll be like, all right, whatever, dude, I don't fucking care. I'm gonna start whether you like it or not, bitch. So this is what I thought was gonna happen. I'm gonna have to take care of this guy. So this is the other thing that I was talking about when we were talking about AI. The boss zombie. This is a megaton zombie.
Zombie.
Yep. So the megaton zombie is kind of something that we'll have to go over separately, and I really don't want to. It will honestly be better to go over it in like onslaught mode than it will be to go over it here, mainly because I'm trying to teach you how to train.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to redo getting here and everything, you know.
Yes, I know.
Okay, so he dead now.
Okay.
Oh hey, cool.
Alright, goody.
So this is a load of zombies, right?
That's a big load of
Yeah,
zombies.
and they're coming after me. Oh my god, this is crazy. This is so crazy.
Crazy
Oh my
zombie
god,
time.
crazy zombie time. Yeah.
Zombie.
So you'll see on the minimap they're in like a big bunch like that, right?
Yeah.
Watch what happens when I do this. When I come over here.
They're gonna.
Yep, they're
disperse
gonna. Yep.
around the
Be
thing.
some of them went one way, some of them went another way.
That happened to me.
Exactly, yeah. So, step number 1 of training. Try your darndest not to do that.
Okay.
Try not to split up the group.
Never
Your
split the party.
Yep, your objective when training is always to keep the zombies in a group because that's what training is, right?
Yeah.
The reason that I can run around them like this is because they're in a big group. And that's how I want them, right? So, the next thing is going to be how to get them into a group, right? Because when we separate them up like this, and they're all fucking going crazy,
Yeah.
you know, we got zombies heading to the left. Do we have zombies heading to the?
Yeah,
Yep, we got. Oh, look at
look
all
at
these
what
zombies,
you've
right?
done.
Now watch what I do here. Ready? I'm gonna put them all in a big group. Okay, I'm gonna go over here,
Okay.
and I'm starting to create a group, right? I've just got a couple stragglers left, right? And then look at that. It was that easy.
Whoa.
Now they're all a big fucking group. But you might look at that and go, oh, are you serious? You might look at that and you might go, Nick, that seemed pretty obvious. Like, you know, you didn't seem to really do anything special there. But I did. It was the fact that I went really slow, right? So that I wasn't getting way ahead of them. And then I took a long bend around. Are you seeing what that's doing? Ones that are in the line, ones that are closer to me are following directly behind me. But the ones in that line that are further away are cutting across to try to get to me faster. What that does is it makes all the zombies come closer together because they're not following you in a straight line. So what you're doing is you're creating a bunch by doing that. That is the most basic form of training, is by taking a long line of zombies and then leading them, on a long sort of journey, right? And then they're in a big line, and then just going really slowly, and then now they're in a bunch, right? That's really easy to do in an area like this, where everything is like really, open. But obviously, it becomes more difficult to do the more enclosed the area is, and so thus your training tactic has to change. So now what I want you to do, I'm going to hand you the controller. I want you to walk, and keep in mind, these zombies aren't super fast or anything, so if you're just moving at a regular speed, you're not sprinting, but you're pushing the stick all the way forward, you will stay ahead of them. So your main objective here while you're training is to make sure that you're not getting caught on anything, like I did when I forgot that big fucking ammo cache thing was there. Actually, it's not an ammo cache, it's a different thing that has to do with something else. But that you want to make sure that you're not getting caught. If you get stuck, I want you to pause the game. Okay? Or if you think you're going to get stuck, I want you to pause the game. Because I want to tell you how to get out of it. Because I don't want you to just go down. Because then, we've got one self-revive, but I don't want to have to do all this over again. So, unpause it and keep heading forward. And then, Yep, you can take them around here. That's fine. What you're trying to do here is, just lead them to back to that area that I showed you, that big wide open area. So, and if they get all dispersed, that's gonna happen no matter what, right?
Okay.
The objective here is to bunch them up. So now stop. You're moving too far ahead of them. Now go stick to that wall right
wall?
there. Yep, that wall right there.
Oh God.
And move them around, right? And now go, nope, forward. Okay, there you go. Yep. And be slow.
Slow.
Yep. And just, wide turns.
Oh my God. It's
Pause it.
I'm
yeah.
stuck.
Okay. Let me see it.
There's a rock there.
Yeah, I know. Okay, we got him. I'm not super worried. Like, this is why I wanted to pack a punch the gun, and why I wanted to get the armor and everything, is because as long as there's not too many of them, you should, and you still have armor, they're not doing enough damage at this point. You should be able to get through them. So, but that's something that we're gonna have to practice, obviously. But do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. It's just like, it's something that is hard to get comfortable with at first, because it just, like, moving slowly is obviously not a automatic
it's
reaction
counterintuitive
to a bunch of zombies
because you're trying
chasing
to run away from them. So what I'm gonna show you is actually a way that you can apply that without already having the group together, right? So do you remember what we learned with learning the AI, and how I said, you get an idea of how fast they swing at you, and how much they, what kind of gap you can squeeze through. And then also part of learning the AI is learning where they spawn from, right? Those things are important when learning how to train, because what happens once you kill all the zombies and you end the round?
More zombies.
Yeah. It starts the next round, and you have to get them into the group, right? So I'll show you, this is how you do that when they're just spawning in. See, I'm surrounded. They're spawning in all over, right? But I'm going to let them come to me. Right? Okay, now I've got one. And I'm just going to keep it. Okay, now I've got two. I'm going to keep an eye and make sure. Okay, I've got 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, they're starting to come. But see how I'm just moving in small circles?
Yeah.
And I'm looking for openings.
Are you pressing sprint at all?
No. I'm not even pushing the stick most of the way in.
Woo!
You can't sprint sideways, Zane.
I said at all.
Yeah. See, I'm just looking for those gaps. I'm moving in a circle, and I'm looking for these gaps, so that, and I know how at what distance they're going to start swinging. And I know how fast the swing is, and so I know I can figure out whether or not I'm even going to get hit.
Yeah.
Right? And those gaps, like you were saying with football, whatever the fuck you were talking about.
Yeah, let's talk about some football.
No, we're not. You're not gonna teach me how to play football.
Oh, let's do that now.
No.
Fire up Madden.
No. Oh, you're just looking for those gaps. You were a linebacker.
No,
you were a backman.
I wasn't.
Now I've got the whole group together.
Gotcha.
Literally, I just moved in a circle that entire time, but I just looked for those gaps, and now I've got the whole group.
I see.
So that's what I want you to think about when you're moving them around. So what I'll do is I'm gonna get them sort of what I really wanted you to do is just go around this part right here.
Oh, I see.
But you went far enough for it to like really split them all up.
Far afield.
So here's what I want you to do. I want you to follow this, and you don't even have to look at the zombies. Just follow that.
Are you fucking crazy?
And then follow around and just be slow about it.
All right.
And then loop back to the wall, and now they're a bunch. You see? Like that's what I want you to do. I don't want you to stress out about it. That's why if you don't want to look at the zombies, that's fine. Like you don't have to look at the zombies and then know exactly when to, because that just comes with practice and knowing the map. And honestly, I don't really like to do that anyways because I'm too worried about getting caught on shit.
Yeah, well, my problem is I want to look at the
you
zombies.
get stuck on the rock, right? So
I want to look at the zombies because I'm afraid of the zombies.
But remember, look, they can't touch me.
Yeah, but
because I've got the stick pushed forward
I
fully.
want to know where they are. Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's rational. It's the same reason I always had to sleep with my door open at night.
But so, like, as long as I've got this stick pushed forward, they can't touch me. And if I really feel like, oh no, then I can just sprint away.
But then you fuck it up.
No, that's fine. That's part of learning. That's part of learning.
The group of zombies is like a thin crystal ball.
Mm-hmm. So so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna come around this bend.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And we're gonna go over here.
All right.
And then I'm gonna plant you right there.
Oh.
Now I want you to, before you start moving, do a quick 180 and look at the zombies, see where they are.
Yeah.
And then once they start to actually get, and they very well might be close enough to you where you feel like you need to move, just turn around and stick to that wall and slowly go down the wall. And then, don't go in the cave. Go past the cave opening. Go cross that wall. Don't stick too close to that rock because you don't want to get stuck again.
Yeah.
And then as you're doing that, turn to your left. So here, we'll do it play by play, step by step. So unpause it and turn around and see. Okay, yeah. So now stick to that wall. Okay. Now turn to your left. Okay. And then now. Yep, that's fine. Now.
Turn this way.
Yep. And then keep going. There you go. You did it. You just bunched them all together.
Bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah, they are a bunch.
I'm the
fucking
captain
idiots.
now.
Yeah. So that's the most basic form of training. And what you're doing right now is you're keeping them in a group. You're still training, technically. Like, because the point is, the reason why it's called training is because you're in a train, right?
These
Choo-choo.
motherfuckers got them training wheels on.
Well, I would say you've got the training wheels
Well, they have the training wheels on.
But so...
I choose when they go off.
So these zombies are not, like, sprinting at you. They're just kind of walking at you, right? So this is low stakes. But as you get practice in and you learn more, you'll be able to deal more with zombies that are moving a lot faster than this. Mm-hmm. They'll still never be fast enough to outrun you when you've got the stick pushed fully forward. But they're just kind of, notice how they're like got a little jaunt. They're not like sprint. Some of those front ones are sprinting at you. But so I want you to do it again. So go around the plane. Yep, just go this way.
Around the plane wing?
Yep.
Or the whole
Yep,
plane?
just the plane wing. And then this way. And again, don't go too fast because you don't want to get too ahead of them.
Yeah.
Right? And now there you go. Now head down. And then, yep. And around. Yep. There you go. And now look for the gaps. And you can see that, yep, there's a gap right there. And then there you go. And now they're bunched up again. And now you've got full control over them. They will do your every bidding.
Really?
Empty
my bladder.
Right. So do you feel comfortable with this? I mean, obviously not like entirely comfortable, but do you feel like you...
Barriers have been broken.
Exactly, yeah. Do you feel like you are in a better place than you were 10 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to try it again?
I'm way down in Kokomo. Sure.
Yeah, and then we'll again. It's going to be different every single time. Every time you come around the bend and you have to look for the gaps. Those gaps are going to be in different places. But this part will be the same. Yeah, see? So now you've got the gaps, and then there you go. So this is a fundamental way to train, and it's the easiest way to train. This is why people like training in this spot, because it's really easy to do. But here's what I want you to do. Pause it. I'm going to show you something. We don't even have to kill any of the zombies. I'm going to show you something, and then I'm gonna have you try it out. So I'm just gonna run away from them, and I'm gonna run back to spawn. And we were talking about this. I don't know if we recorded that. I don't remember. But we were talking about this, and you brought something up, and this is what happened. I moved too far away from them. So now they're despawning and they're respawning.
I see.
So now we get the exact same thing as it would be if we had started a new round.
Mayhem.
Yep, they're coming at me from every direction. But it's the exact same process, right? It's a little bit more difficult in this room, in the starting room, because there's a bunch of trees and debris everywhere. But hopefully you're familiar enough with the starting room, because we've been practicing in the starting room this whole entire time, that you should know where the debris and the spawns are and stuff like that. So they're coming at me from every direction. I'm just assessing the situation, right? Looking out for those gaps, and then just moving slowly, right? And I'm moving around this tree. I'm moving around the tank. Okay? And then, oh, this one gets in my way. I shoot him. That's why we have the pack-a-punch shotgun. Because sometimes you're not going to be able to move around them. And you're going to put yourself in a situation where you just need to shoot the one in front of you. The objective here is not to shoot them. The objective is to shoot as few as possible, because you want them in a train. And when you kill one, what does it do?
Scares the rest.
No, it spawns another one.
Oh,
and that other one, you're going to have to deal with him and try to get him into the train. So you want to shoot as many, as little as possible. But I'm just moving around this wall, right? And around here. I'm not sticking too closely to the wall, mainly because I don't want to get stuck on anything. But this is a wider thing, so they're not bunching as fast. And there's a lot of debris here, right? So here's what I'm going to do. Now that they're in a situation where I feel like, okay, I feel a little bit more comfortable about this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten my circle. So now I'm not going as wide, and I'm not giving them as much of an opportunity to get caught on debris and separate and shit. See? And now they're a bunch. So that's how easy it is. So first what we're going to do is I'm going to sprint over to the place with the plane wing, and I want you to try getting them bunched together, like I showed you, just going in a circle, with them all spawning in. And they're not coming at you from one direction, they're coming at you from every direction. Okay? Do you feel comfortable with that? Too bad. So, I'm just going to sprint over there. And then they're despawning. And I'm going to go plant you right over here. Okay. Now the round has just started. And now... And remember what I did. I just did small circles in this area. Find the gaps, yeah. And if you need to shoot one, if you go, nope, I'm not going to get by him, just shoot him.
Fucking kill him.
Yeah.
Put him down.
Yeah.
All right.
And really focus on where they're spawning from.
Now I got two.
Yep. And do you feel more comfortable going clockwise or counterclockwise? I always feel more comfortable going clockwise than I do counterclockwise.
I see. This feels fairly comfortable.
Okay. And sometimes you may have to go counterclockwise, or clockwise. You may have to switch your direction, but you're doing a mighty fine job. So. There you go. There's what, 2 left that haven't been bunched up yet because they're fucking walking.
Refuse to join.
Yeah. This what you just learned, the potential that you just unlocked, is
unlock potential.
Exactly, is how every single round is going to start from this point forward, from round 10 on. Every single round will start like this. You creating a bunch like that. Okay. When you're training, you know. And you're going to be training most of the time. So there's one more thing I want to show you before we end this episode, and then a thing I want you to try. So pause it. So there is one important thing when you're talking about training. It doesn't apply to every game or every map, but it sure as hell applies to this game and this map. The plane wing. Watch what happens when I bring them over here. Okay, they're going under the plane wing. Look at that one. They're climbing on top of the plane wing, right? So now watch what happens when I go down here. They jump down, okay? So the reason why it's real important to pay attention to your surroundings is because this is what'll happen if I'm not paying attention. And this has happened to me. It happened to me right when I started playing this map. If you're not careful and you don't realize that there are zombies on top of that plane wing, what's going to happen is you're going to go under here, and then they're going to jump down and block you, and you're going to get sandwiched.
Fuck that.
Exactly. So you really have to, when they're coming from every direction, you really have to pay attention to where they're coming from and find those gaps. But also pay attention to shit like that, because that's a death waiting to happen, right? So now we're going to do exactly what you just did, but we're going to do it in the spawn area, which again is a fairly easy place to train, but it is, you have to learn, that, you have to learn how to train in multiple places. This room is the room I like to train in.
Psycho.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to unpause it, or pause it, and then...
crazy.
So remember what I said. You can do the wider circles if you feel more comfortable with that.
Yes.
Or you can do the smaller circles if you feel like that's going to give you a better chance at success and you're going to be breaking them up less. But regardless, you're looking for the gaps and you're just trying to keep them, from getting at you from any, from all directions and sandwiching you.
Okay. Okay, Dick. I could do it.
And your ultimate goal is to get them into as tight of a group as possible. You want them to be fucking tight. Okay? Tight like a toiga.
Toy.
Yeah. Tight like a toiga.
You know what you sounded like? You sounded like the guy from D Ain't Word.
Oh, sure, dude.
Hope you're happy with that.
Whoa.
Oh, couldn't make it.
Yep. But now you know.
I know.
You played with fire a little too much?
I got burned.
Mm-hmm. There's an advanced technique that makes training in a room like this a million times easier, but I want you to learn this first.
Look.
We'll learn that in the next episode. Yeah.
Look at these fucking idiots.
Good fucking job, dude. So here, what I'll do is I'll show you something. Pause it.
Pause it.
Just to end this episode, because we're actually, you know what? Here.
Throwing C4 charge.
We're just gonna kill all of these motherfuckers.
Wow, they didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I know, right, dude? Hey, crawlers. That's not something we've really covered because it's kind of hard to get crawlers. Alrighty. So now they all dead. Don't worry about the exfil. We'll worry about that later.
Dead. What is this hole?
Actually, I was gonna upgrade my armor, but whatever. So I'm gonna show you. This is what I do when I'm playing this. This is how I train. So I know there's a spawn right here, spawn right here. They can spawn right here. They can come down from the stairs, and they can come from that way. Okay. So I'm always keeping that in mind. And this is literally no different than what you were doing. I'm just doing it in a smaller, more compact room. But all I'm doing is looking for the gaps, right? Trying not to get sandwiched, paying attention to where they're spawning from, and going slowly when I need to, right? I'm going slowly around this bend. Like, this is the exact same thing, but it just seems like it's a lot harder and a lot more complicated because look at all these pillars and look how small this room is, and even something like it's a little bit darker, so it's a little bit harder to see. Mm-hmm. But this is what happens when you get really used to training, is it doesn't really matter what room you're in. Look at that. I've got them in a bunch.
Man, they sound pretty fucking gnarly all together.
Yeah. And when they're spawning in really fast, when I'm on a high round and they're spawning in really fast, it's faster to do it in a room like this because the spawns are all closer together.
Gotcha.
And so I can burn through the rounds faster. That was basic training. Let us know in the comments down below if you learned something. And if you did, tell us what you learned. It better be about training. And you better not comment down there, oh, I already knew all that stuff, but I did learn about the ledge slide. So, next time on Totally Original Episode? What the fuck was that? Next time on Totally Original Holidays, we're going to cover more advanced training techniques. There's 2 in particular that I have in mind. Then we'll also cover camping, which is a lot simpler than training, but it's also a lot less useful. So goodbye.
Bye.
Click on the left to see the next video in this series once it's uploaded.
Click on the right to see more videos like this.
And make sure you subscribe so that you get notified when we upload new videos.